You're watching Hawkeye News with Katie Stanglin, Brandon Scott, Sports with Curtis Kelsey, plus Leslie Rangel with our crime-fighting reports, and more news coverage with our Hawkeye News Junior High team. Also, what's new at the WC with Lexi Below. Plus, academic and student life reports with our Hawkeye News team. Hawkeye News, leadership you can depend on. Hawkeye News starts now.
Welcome to this Thanksgiving edition of Hawkeye News for November 2006. I'm Brandon Scott.
And I'm Katie Stanglin. The holiday season is a time to be with family and friends, and a time to give thanks, especially to those who have given us the opportunity of what we have, a free country.
That's right, Katie. Later we'll have highlights from the Veterans Day ceremony at Red Oak Elementary, and see their awesome assembly as they show respect for those who have served our country in the military.
Hawkeye News is excited about the holiday season, and we continue to bring you more news stories and reports from around the district and community with this month's top stories. Red Oak High School Choir Director Miss Kersey recently notified Hawkeye News that several choir students qualified for the All-Region Choir in a competition held last month in Highland Park. On October 7th, the choir took 9 students to regional choir competition at Highland Park High School. 5 freshmen competed in the morning 9th grade Region Honor Choir competition. 3 of those students made the 9th grade choir. In the afternoon, 4 students who had advanced at district competition for 10th through 12th grade students in September competed. All 4 students made the region mixed choir, top honors, and 3 of the 4 are advancing now to pre-area. Congratulations to these winners, who also perform at the Region Choir Concert Saturday, November 4th at Duncanville High School. Because of the holidays, press time is much earlier, so we can get the show out just after Thanksgiving. We hope to have more news from choir later in editions of Hawkeye News. Thanks to Miss Kersey for sharing the great news, and congratulations to all those award-winning choir members.
Miss Gresham, sponsor of the National Honor Society, is really proud of the members of the Red Oak High School NHS. These students work very hard daily to hold themselves to the highest of standards for a high school student. On October 23rd, they welcomed new NHS members for the 2006-2007 school year. Hawkeye News photojournalist Ryan Garr was at the event and captured this great moment for us. Words like leadership, character, and community service describe perfectly the newly inducted members of the National Honor Society. The organization represents the best of the best in academic excellence, as well as areas that are many times overlooked as being important to the future character of students. Ms. Gresham said that the Faculty Council worked hard to select members based upon all 4 pillars necessary to be part of the National Honor Society. These pillars are scholarship, leadership, character, and service. The awards ceremony is one of the most highly anticipated events of the year, as the school board, administration, teachers, parents, and community members joined together to honor these outstanding students. This year's NHS class of 2006-2007 celebrated the entry of these students into the Red Oak High School National Honor Society. This group does more than hit the books. They volunteer to babysit for other school organizations and events, as well as doing fundraising events for student scholarships and much, much more. We applaud each of the members of NHS and encourage all students to work towards this level of excellence in their high school careers. Thanks to Ms. Gresham for all your hard work for sharing this information with us.
While both students and teachers always look forward to the break near the end of December, it's no less an important time for the academic success we all hope to strive for. Let's check in with our counselor's office to see what the students and parents need to know these days from the Counselor's Corner.
Welcome to Hawkeye News edition of Counselor's Corner. I want to remind our high school students that we still have 50% of their grades sitting out there to be earned. We still have a third 6 weeks and a final exam coming up. So if you have not done well, it's time to kick it in gear and do well this last little bit and earn that last 50% of your grade. Also, I want to remind you about the exam schedule. It's posted everywhere all over the freshman campus, and I'm sure you can get one on the main campus. You need to be preparing for those final exams, getting ready for your reviews. Accept no zeros in classes. Get all of your projects turned in. I also want to remind you about Homework Club, free. That's an important word, free. Monday through Thursday, 4 to 5 o'clock, main campus. I encourage all students needing help with their homework or that maybe just need a time to sit and study in a group to go to Homework Club. Also, any teachers willing to volunteer to come help with Homework Club, that would be greatly appreciated. I also want to talk to you a little bit about attendance. We're getting down to the end of the first semester. Many of our students have missed a lot of school. When you miss school, you miss instruction. When you miss instruction, you possibly could fail. That makes you fall behind. So we want to be sure that you're here, that you're getting the instruction so that you can prepare for your final exams. It's very critical to attend school. Also, turn in all assignments. A 0 will kill a really solid B. It could cause you to fail. We want all of our students here at Red Oak High School to be successful. So attend tutorials, attend Homework Club, turn in all assignments, come to school, that is critical, and do really well this last 50% of your grade. Also, if you're studying at home, there's a few things, I've got a few tips I want to share with you about successful study habits. One is when you get home, have a good study place. Secondly, set up a time and make it a consistent time each day where you know every day at this time that is your study time. Thirdly, have all of the things that you need to study with. Have your book, have the materials, have study guides, lay it all out and use that material to prepare for the next day's lesson. Have a study buddy, someone you can call if you get stuck and you need help with a problem or you need help with understanding an assignment. Have a study group. And once you've studied and you're feeling a little bit tired, go ahead and give yourself a reward, take a break, have a snack, and take good care of yourself. Go to bed early, eat healthy, and you should finish out with a good semester. Well, that's my take on Counselor's Corner. Thank you for letting me come and share my time with you, and have a good day. Have a good rest of the semester.
We wanted to remind you that if you miss important dates from the Counselor's Report, you and your parent can pick up very important information for student success at www.hawkeye-news.com anytime, day or night. Just click on Counselor's Corner for important information from our great academic counseling staff. In other news, for the third year in a row, Farm Day was held in early November at Woodin Elementary's big backyard for students in first grade, kindergarten, pre-K, and PPCD classes. This event was organized by high school teacher Jerry Lewis and the students in the career and technology classes. Using animals provided by the Red Oak FFA, the CTE students explained about the care and needs of goats, lambs, cows, chickens, rabbits, donkeys, and pigs. The young students were delighted to have the opportunity to get up close to the animals and touch them. In addition, the younger students enjoyed learning a song about corn by removing the husks and acting out a fun song about corn. Travis Tate, a parent of one of the first grade students, volunteered his tractor for the second year in a row and explained some of its uses. Students rotated in small groups among 9 stations of hands-on activities. Teachers at Woodin Elementary noted how prepared and knowledgeable the high school students were about the animals in corn. Having the high school students present this day to the younger students helps both age groups learn more about agriculture and how important it is to our world. Having hands-on, real-life experience opens the door for many continuing activities in language, writing, and literature. Teachers at Woodin Elementary would especially like to thank the following: Mr. Lewis and students in the career and technology classes for presenting this day, Travis Tate for the tractor, Debbie Temple for pictures, and Hawkeye News for filming this event.
This month, Hawkeye News reporter Catherine Martinez brings us a story from the Spanish Club and French Club, who joined together for a great story in any language. Catherine?
On October 24th, the members of the Spanish Club, along with their special guests, the French Club, met after school to set up their second annual ofrenda for Dia de los Muertos. In Mexico, it is believed that death is not the ending of life, but a beginning to a new stage of life. Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, is a Mexican tradition that takes place on November 1st and November 2nd of each year. It is a widely celebrated holiday to honor the dead. Family members gather in the cemetery and set up ofrendas, which are offerings beautifully decorated with trinkets to remember the deceased. They often bring the person's favorite foods, drinks, and candies along with their traditional sugar skulls to place at the altar. Pillows and blankets are also left so that the dead can rest after their long journey throughout life. It is not a time of mourning, but rather a time of joy and celebration. So, in true Mexican fashion, the members of the Spanish Club brought things that they felt honored those who have died in the past few years. It was embellished with everything from toy soldiers and flags to honor those in Iraq, to a crocodile to remember Steve Irwin. The students spent the afternoon setting up the ofrenda and making paper flowers and banners to place around it, all the while learning a little more about the customs and beliefs of another culture. I hope everyone got the chance to view the ofrenda while it was in the counselor's window. It served as a great reminder to those who have passed this year. Reporting for Hawkeye News, I'm Catherine Martinez.
If you haven't heard the weekly announcements, Encounter meets every Friday morning at 8 a.m. in the theater room at the Red Oak High School main campus. But it doesn't stop there. On Saturday, December 9th, Encounter will be hosting its first ever concert encounter in the Red Oak High School cafeteria. This night of live bands and all-around awesomeness will start at 7 p.m. and will only cost $1 to get in. Be sure to mark your calendars because you won't want to miss this amazing night.
Giving back to the community. It's a theme you will hear a lot from organizations throughout Red Oak ISD. Our community is very special, and it has always been known for one that cares for others in difficult times. The FCCLA recently jumped into the community service efforts with a fun event held on Halloween night, in what became their annual North Ellis County Outreach Canned Food Drive. The FCCLA, which stands for Family, Career, Community Leadership of America, had groups that canvassed the Red Oak area to collect canned goods on Halloween night, October 31st. Organization sponsor Ms. Brasher led the FCCLA group in this wonderful program to help collect canned food to benefit the Red Oak area outreach. The community has once again come through to support the efforts of these students in their fight to rid our community of hunger during the holiday season and beyond. Congratulations to Ms. Brasher and her students for their commitment to making Red Oak a better place. Thanks also to all the members of the community who so graciously donated food to support this event in the season of giving.
With Friday night football games and marching competitions, October was a busy month for the Mighty Hawk Band as they competed in the first ever Midlothian Marching Contest on October 14th at the new Midlothian High School Stadium. In the afternoon preliminary competition, the band scored high enough to advance to the evening finals competition. With an outstanding performance, the Red Oak Band placed 5th overall in finals competition. At an earlier competition on September 30th, the Mighty Hawk Band drumline competed in the Crowley Drumline Contest. Members of the cymbal line were Sarah Doty, Caitlin Monette, Leslie Rangel, Chelsea Mead, and Dawn Turner. The group won Best Cymbal Line for their division. Congratulations to these ladies for this honor. Also, on September 30th, the band had 6 students audition for positions in the All-Region Jazz Band. 3 of our band students earned spots in this prestigious group. Congratulations to David Balthrop, Ashley Amon, and Sean McFadden. In the band competition on October 14th, our Mighty Hog Band received a unanimous First Division rating. All 3 judges awarded the band a 1 at the contest, the highest rating possible. It's easy to see why the Red Oak High School Mighty Hog Band continues to be known as one of the best bands in the state. Congratulations to Mr. Thomas, the assistant directors, and all those Mighty Hog Band members for doing a great job representing our school and community.
This month, West Campus reporter Lexi Belote went in search of a story on some of the great staff members and brought us this story about those who helped get our freshman students off on the right foot in their academic quest to be the best at Red Oak High School. Lexi?
During this month of November, the West Campus looks back to see what we are thankful for. We have many teachers, counselors, administrators, police officers, janitors, and more who bless our hallways with their great ideas and services. From new employees leading students for the first time to seasoned ones that have taught 9th graders for many years, we say thanks. They share their wisdom, patience, and passions with hundreds of students that walk our halls in full knowledge that students might not appreciate them until later. In our midst, we have military veterans as well, and we honor their service to our country before embarking upon the difficult job of teaching teenagers. We honor and thank these special people for dedicating their lives to helping us find our special place in the high school and in the world. It is great to be able to attend a school with a staff who really cares about the well-being of all of us as students. On another note, I would like to encourage the freshman class to dig deep and help support the Penny Campaign sponsored by Hadit and the Student Council to raise money for Toys for Children this Christmas. Until December, I'm Lexi Belote, and that's what's up at the WC.
Thanks, Lexi, and thanks to all the staff who have worked hard to help us upperclassmen get started on a successful road that we all kicked off at the WC. See you next month. This month, our elementary intermediate reporter, Jennifer Terry, has a lot of information from the schools across our district. Let's welcome Jennifer to see what's happening in our elementary intermediate report.
Welcome, Jennifer.
Thanks, Katie and Brandon. The holidays are here, and it's always a great time to be around the elementary and intermediate schools as Halloween fun is followed closely by Thanksgiving and Christmas cheer. So let's get started with this month's elementary intermediate report. Recently, Mr. Ferguson stepped up to fire up the students at Eastridge by offering to take a pie in the face to raise money for the 100-hole golf marathon fundraiser. Mr. Ferguson was a representative for Eastridge Elementary, and their school raised $740 for the Education Foundation with the fundraisers. Way to go, Eastridge, and special congratulations to Mr. Ferguson for being such a great sport. On October 13th, members of the Red Oak Fire Department visited the kindergarten classes at Eastridge Elementary and spoke to the kids about fire safety. The students enjoyed checking out the fire trucks and talking to the firemen about all the cool equipment on the trucks. Eastridge wanted to thank the Red Oak Fire Department for their visit and for all they do to keep our community safe. Eastridge Elementary recently kicked off their Watchdog program. They had 153 kids and 148 students in attendance. They had 47 sign up to spend a day on our campus as a watchdog, and many, many more who took the forms home to complete and return to the school. Eastridge Principal Sheila Strawn couldn't be happier with the results. It was a great night. From Wooden Elementary, we found a wonderful Halloween Day tradition still lives on as Principal Bob Selman led the annual Fall Festival Parade on October 31st. Wooden celebrates fall each year with an opportunity to wear crazy clothes and have a parade. It was a wonderful chance to reconnect with the children and with the child in each one of us who works with the students. Children have a way of seeing the possibilities in life without the roadblocks that adults visualize, and experiencing this day through their eyes is magical. Staff costumes are kept under wraps and secrecy approaches the state secret level. Spies and saboteurs abound. Our Fall Festival is an event that parents, children, and staff look forward to every year. Coach Deb Harner, along with the efforts of Red Oak High School Renaissance coordinator Mrs. Kathy Tier, proudly presented Wooden Elementary's first Renaissance academic pep rally on November 6 to honor students with perfect attendance and academic excellence. The pep rally featured skits and fun-filled dance by the staff members. Congratulations to all of those students honored at this event. Red Oak Intermediate 6th graders in Mary Jo Halbert science classes who made 100 on a major science test are rewarded her Top Hatter Award. Each is allowed to choose a favorite hat from her large collection of wild and crazy hats to wear for the day. These students made 100s on the first chapter test, Nature of Science. Until next month, that'll do it for the Elementary Intermediate Report. I'm Jennifer Terry, Hawkeye News.
Junior High in Review anchor Chris McClure brings us up to date on what's going on at Red Oak Junior High in his segment, Junior High in Review.
What's up, Chris?
Lots going on at Red Oak Junior High, guys, and I'll kick off our news this month with a wrap-up of a great performance by our Red Oak Junior High Theater Department, as well as more from the academic front, while reporters Roseanne Foster and Casey Bird will take a look at our great Junior High band and a close-up look at one of our Red Oak Junior High teachers in this month's Junior High in Review. One of the crowning academic achievements of Red Oak Junior High is its Math Counts program. Math Counts is a competition where 6th through 8th grade students undergo a series of tests which involve higher-level math questions. The students are then scored and ranked. In last year's competition, Red Oak Junior High won the Best New Team Award and had a contestant ranked 9th out of over 180 students. The Math Counts team is gearing up to do even better this year. If you're interested in participating in Math Counts, talk to Ms. Jamison or email her at elizabeth.jamison@redoakisd.org. As we previously reported here on Hawkeye News, the Advanced Theater class has been preparing their play, Who, What, When, Where, Why, Help, since the beginning of the school year. On November 10th, their hard work paid off with a spectacular performance. The audience enjoyed the desserts and show immensely. The Advanced Theater students would like to thank Ms. Knight for all her help, and those who attended the performance for their support of the theater program. This month, reporter Roseanne Foster has been hard at work to bring us this awesome story on some great Red Oak Junior High students and band directors who are continuing a long history of excellence in our Red Oak Junior High band program. Roseanne?
Thanks, Chris. The Junior High band has been very successful over the past several years. Recently added to that list of accomplishments, another annual fall concert held in late October in the high school cafeteria. Under the direction of Heather Lindstrom, the concert band, the entry-level band, played Safari and Mission Impossible. Symphonic 1, the honor band, played Raiders March from Raiders of the Lost Ark, Music of the Night from Phantom of the Opera, and Jupiter from The Planets. Symphonic 2, the mid-level band, which was led by first-year teacher Erica Scott, played Trestle of Terror, Inspector Gadget, as well as Meet the Flintstones. Though the fall concert is an important event for band students and teachers, the band has other events coming up later this year. Students try out for Region, a band that further challenges their musical skill. Dakota Barber, AJ Buzza, Lauren Hunter, Seth Wilcox, and Jennifer Stallings played their region solos at the concert. They represent the 40 other students who will be auditioning. Erica Scott, the Symphonic 2 director, told Hawkeye News, "The concert went well, the kids did great. They're doing awesome." Great job to all our band students, and of course those hard-working band directors at Red Oak Junior High. We know the band will only continue to excel as they move into high school, and are sure the strong tradition of the Mighty Hawk Band will be in good hands with our junior high band members as they strive to be the best. Reporting for Hawkeye News, I'm Roseanne Foster. Back to you, Chris.
Thanks, Roseanne. And now for more, we go to junior high reporter Casey Bird to bring us an inside look at one of the awesome faculty members at Red Oak Junior High as she sits down with history teacher and coach Miss Emily Hampton. Casey?
This month, I'll bring you an up-close and personal look at the new member of our faculty here at the junior high, Miss Emily Hampton. She is the girls' 7th grade basketball and track coach, as well as the 8th grade U.S. history teacher. I recently sat down for some one-on-one question and answer time with Miss Hampton. Joining us today in the studio is Miss Emily Hampton. I would like to thank her for being here.
No problem.
And where did you grow up?
I grew up in Dallas.
What university did you graduate from?
I went to Texas A&M.
So are the Aggies your favorite sports team, either professional or collegiate?
They probably are my favorite sports team, but I also like to watch the Mavericks and Cowboys.
Did you always want to teach, or did you have another career path in mind?
I wanted to be either a CSI or a lawyer, not a teacher.
And why did you change to teaching?
I realized that I liked watching kids succeed, and my mom was a teacher for over 30 years, so that encouraged me to be a teacher.
Have you taught before?
No, this is my first year to teach and coach.
What persuaded you to accept the job at the junior high?
Well, I really liked this age group, and the opportunity to coach and teach in the junior high was just exactly what I was wanting.
Is teaching similar to what you expected?
Yes
different?
And no. I think it's similar to what I expected, but it's much more time-consuming than I thought.
What activities do you enjoy doing in your free time?
I like to spend time with my family and friends, and I like to cook and shop.
What is your favorite restaurant?
My favorite restaurant, anything that's Italian food or Mexican food, probably.
Is there any other piece of information you would like to share with us that might surprise people?
Something people might not know is I've been to Alaska and Australia with my high school choir.
What was your favorite thing about it?
I think the people in both places were very interesting.
How long were you there?
We were there 2 weeks for both trips.
I'd like to thank Ms. Hampton for participating in this edition of Up Close and Personal. I'll see you next time when I'll introduce you to another new staff member at the junior high. For Hawkeye News, I'm Casey Bird.
Thanks, Casey. I'll be back in December to bring you all the news from the junior high, and all our reporters will rejoin us for our big show in January. Thanks for watching. I'm Chris McClure, and that's your Junior High in Review.
This month's District in 60 Seconds is brought to you by Animal Hospital of Ovilla, the very best for your best friend.
Hello, Red Oak ISD. Red Oak ISD welcomes city officials to Goodloe Stadium. Students hear about real-life consequences of illegal behavior, and Added announces officers, all in this month's District in 60 Seconds. Recently, Red Oak ISD welcomed several City of Red Oak elected officials and department heads to the Goodloe Stadium press box to watch the Hawks vs. Indians game. The Red Oak Alumni Association attended the Midlothian Red Oak game on October 20th. Can't do the time, don't do the crime. On November 7th, actual inmates from the Texas Department of Corrections visited area schools to talk to the students about good choices. And though the consequences of each of these inmates are facing daily, the program is brought to Texas schools to show the truth about crime and punishment for those who actually are living their lives inside four walls of the Texas prison system. Remember, there are consequences to behaviors, good and bad. Make the right choice. Recently, Corporal Byron Hopkins, sponsor of the Red Oak Intermediate Addit Group, announced this year's 2006-2007 officers. Congratulations to President Quentin Slaughter, Vice President Kevin Thomes, Secretary Deha Jean Lewis, Treasurer Sidney Nolan, and that's your District in 60 Seconds.
As we approach the holiday season, we find it a busy time for sports. We're joined with our sports anchor, Curtis Kelsey, to fill us in on more details.
Welcome to the desk, Curtis.
Let me be the first to say happy holidays, Katie and Brandon, and happy holidays to all you viewers as well. There's a lot of action to catch you up on in our November show, and we will give you an inside look right after a word from our sponsor, Mr. Danny Humphreys at State Farm.
This month's Hawkeye News Sports is brought to you by Danny Humphreys at State Farm.
Welcome back, Hawk sports fans. It's sports time. We kick off this month with a look at our District 15 4A champion Lady Hawks volleyball team, who kicked off the playoffs after a dominating 12-0 district record.
The Lady Hawks have done it once again, as they have made it 17 years in a row, winning the district title, going undefeated again this season. The ladies last lost in a district match came in 1990, and have simply outworked and overpowered district opponents every year since that point. The Lady Hawks' next opponent in the regional quarterfinals was Coppers Cove, in a match that is being played at West High School. The Lady Hawks again entered the match confident, but had to be aware of an overall taller team on the other side of the net this time. The Lady Hawks could care nothing about the size of the Coppers Cove players. They would only show that their state ranking was for real, as they pouted Coppers Cove 25-21, 25-12, and 25-18. The Lady Hawks traveled to Cedar Hill, confident, but quickly found themselves in deep trouble as experience finally weighed much heavier on the side of Centennial, who had been eliminated last year by our Lady Hawks from the playoffs. The Lady Hawks fought hard, but saw their season end with a 33-11 overall record, as they dropped the match 25-13, 25-17, and 25-16. Great job to the coaches and our Lady Hawks, and you can bet these ladies will be back again with several on our varsity returning next year.
The football season is now over, and while the Hawks were not pleased with their final record in a tough district, They have a lot to be proud of as they broke the dreaded losing streak and should have a great season coming up in 2007. The Hawks found themselves in an offensive shootout as they faced the playoff-bound Corsicana Tigers on their home field on a cold, windy night that saw too much passing offense for the Tigers and too little time on the clock for our Hawks to catch up. The Hawks hung close in the first quarter as they trailed 10-3, but then had one of those tough second quarters that saw the Tigers outscore our Hawks 35-0 to take a 45-3 lead at the half. The Hawks, as they have done all year, kept fighting all the way, and after a third quarter 37-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown by Taylor McCullough and a fourth period 2-yard touchdown run by sophomore Nick Boyd, followed by a 1-yard quarterback sneak by senior Austin Elrod to bring the final score 52-24 in the favor of Corsicana. The Hawks ended the season with a record of 3 wins and 7 losses, but we will have many returning starters coming back in 2007. Best wishes to Coach Edelman, his staff, and all those underclassmen who will be returning for another exciting football season in 2007. Another sport that is wrapping up after a successful season is our cross-country teams, who qualified for the regional meet in early October. For more on cross-country, we go to our dynamic duo of sports, Trey Curry and Zach Toombs. Tell us how the teams have done this year.
It has been a very good year for cross-country, and with regional qualifiers in both boys and girls. Zach will join me to talk more shortly about the girls cross-country, but I wanted to start us off with a look at those hard-working Hawks cross-country boys team who has made it 5 years in a row into the regional meet. Coach Foster told the Hawkeye News that the boys varsity team did a great job as they placed second in district behind Midlothian. The Hawks were led by Brendan Adamczyk, who finished 4th, and Michael Hintz, who placed 6th in the meet. The boys JV team also came in 2nd in the district meet as well. The team, after district, competed on November 4th at Arlington's Vandergrift Park. While the Hawks did not place very high at regionals, they had to be very satisfied with the great efforts of the varsity runners who ran in regionals. These athletes were Brandon Adamczyk, Jonathan Bainge, Travis Berlin, Eric Chavez, Preston Davis, Michael Hintz, Andy Palmer, and Jose Vega. Congratulations to these guys and the entire boys cross-country program for another outstanding year. For a look at our Lady Hawks, I'll pass it off to my partner, Zach.
Thanks, Trey. The Lady Hawks have also been a very competitive group, and their efforts against a very strong 15 4A field of runners paid off with a 4th place finish at the district meet, just missing out on one of the top 3 places. Coach Short, the first-year coach of the girls cross-country team, was very pleased with the efforts of this year's team and very excited about the future of Lady Hawks cross-country with the finishes each of the teams had in the district meet held in last October. The varsity girls team finished 4th in district, led by Brandy Smith, who finished in 3rd overall, followed by Taylor Chancellor, 13th, Haley Cheshire, 14th, Caitlin Morgan, 23rd, Ana Rosa Hernandez, 29th, Valerie Strickland, 30th, and Julia Martinez, 35th. Smith competed in regionals on November 4th for the Lady Hawks and did a great job in representing the team. We also heard good news for the future as the JV ladies finished a strong 2nd in the district meet this season.
Great job, Lady Hawks, and best wishes in years to come. I'm Zach Toombs.
And I am the Trey Curry. Back to you, Curtis, in the studio.
Thanks for the information, guys, and a great job cross-country and coaches.
The new athletic zone at www.hawkeye-news.com is ready, and new features and information have been added. Visit the Coach's Corner section of the athletic zone and see the pilot episode hosted by Athletic Director Coach Danny Edelman. On this first episode of the Coach's Corner, Coach Edelman talks with Coach Arthur Stanfield, head coach of the 2006 District 15 4A champion Lady Hawks volleyball team, as well as one of the leaders of this year's team, Miss Brittany Person. See interviews with Coach Mark Bendel, Hawks quarterback Austin Elrod, and boys regional cross-country qualifier Michael Hintz, and varsity district volleyball champion Kelsey Dahl. More will be added to this section of our site in coming weeks. Please check back often for news, sports, and more.
Continuing with a very busy sports segment, Hawkeye News Sports wanted to give a special recognition to an outstanding local hero from the world of sports by saying congratulations to Mr. Michael Carter Sr., who was recently inducted into the Thomas Jefferson High School Hall of Fame for his efforts in sports and in his community of Red Oak. That does it for another very busy month of sports, and we will be back in early December for a final wrap-up of fall sports and a look ahead at basketball and other upcoming spring sports. So join us again next month. For all the sports teams, our photojournalists, we thank you for watching.
This month's Drug and Crime Report is brought to you by the Department of Public Safety Officers Association.
This month, Hawkeye News crime reporter Leslie Rangel has some great news from a couple of fronts as she gives us positive news on the recovery of police officers shot in the standoff a couple of months ago in Midlothian.
She'll also tell us about some great students making a positive difference in our community. Leslie?
Thanks, Katie and Brandon. Yes, I do have some great news to report on, following up on the story I did recently on the officers shot in Midlothian. These officers were honored in a special ceremony hosted by the Department of Public Safety for their bravery and dedication to the safety of the Midlothian community. We have learned that Officer Dustin Compton has already gone back to work. Sergeant Brian Willery is now back at work as well on light duty. Officer Cody McKinney is expected back at work after the first of the year, while State Trooper Rick Smith is still having some problems and recently has had to have his jaw rebroken and wired to help the healing process begin. While we should continue to keep these brave men in our prayers, we are pleased that they are all in recovery from this tragic event. In related news, the City Council of Midlothian also recently awarded the Medal of Valor to firefighters Kevin Lucia, Philip Brancato, Glenn Coltis, Jason Lehman, Robert Etheridge, Travis Block, Jeff Chamberlain, and Sean Kelly for their bravery and efforts in helping save these lives of the falling Midlothian officers. These men and those injured also received Distinguished Service Awards from the Midlothian Police Department and Letter of Accommodation from the Texas Department of Public Safety. Congratulations to all these brave men for protecting their community. Speaking of heroes, sometimes our very own Red Oak High School students can be heroes in our community. Many of our fellow students take part in great community service projects sponsored by many great Red Oak High School organizations. For instance, our very own Red Oak High School Student Council, under the leadership of Mrs. Rhonda Dolworth, has or will be taking part in projects such as sending shoeboxes full of goodies to our soldiers fighting in the war in Iraq. The boxes will be filled with simple things these brave men and women miss from home, such as wet wipes, beef jerky, DVDs, magazines, and other goodies, along with a personal message from the student. This project is the Student Council's way of thanking our soldiers for giving so much to us all. We also found out from Coach Edelman that our Boys and Girls Athletic gave over 300 toys last year to the outreach around Christmas time, and they plan to once again get involved in this awesome project for our community. Remember, stay focused on service and off destructive decisions that so often get major media headlines. Reporting for Hawkeye News, I'm Leslie Rangel. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Leslie. It's great to hear about the recovery of those officers in Midlothian, and it's awesome to hear that in a time of negative news about teens so often, we have great high school students who are making a positive difference in our community as well.
By our air date, we'll have already enjoyed the Thanksgiving holidays, but have we truly stopped to think about what we should be giving thanks for, not only this season, but in our daily lives? This month, Hawkeye News reporter India Fernandez joins us to see what students are giving thanks for. India?
Thanks, Katie and Brandon. Yes, the Thanksgiving holidays are now over, but with Christmas ahead, we thought it would be a great time to see what our students are giving thanks for with the help of our producer, Alan Oliver.
I am thankful for my family.
I am thankful for this wonderful class I'm in and this great singing voice.
I'm thankful for the love of my family and Jesus, hallelujah.
I'm thankful for life in general and my parents and everything.
I'm thankful for my talent, for being able to sing, and for my family, and for all my friends.
I am thankful for music. I am thankful for God, and I'm thankful for my family and my lovely boyfriend, Zach.
I'm thankful for the Red Oak football team that became my second family.
To be able to finish my high school career at Red Oak High School, it's been a good school to me, and I've really enjoyed the time here.
I'm thankful for peanut butter.
I'm thankful for Miss Little because she's a real good teacher.
I'm thankful to be here in America.
And I'm thankful for having my friends and family with me.
We're thankful for our family and friends.
I am thankful for my friends.
I am thankful for my parents.
I'm thankful for Leah. I'm thankful for Emily. I'm thankful for softball and my family and food.
I'm thankful for having all my family together.
I am so grateful for this opportunity of can be here. I'm thankful for waking up this morning.
We're thankful for theater.
And I'm thankful for my kids.
We hope that in this season of Thanksgiving and Christmas that all of us can stop and take a moment to count our blessings as we prepare for the break and all the important second half of the school year coming up in January. I'm India Fernandez, Hawkeye News.
Thanks, India. We appreciate your story, and special thanks to all those who support us as individuals and who support our show with your financial contributions each year as well.
recent months, we hear more and more about the loss of lives in the war-torn country of Iraq. No matter what your feelings are about the war itself, or how you personally feel about whether our soldiers should or should not be there, one thing is clear. We owe a great deal of admiration and respect to those brave men and women who are fighting this war against terrorism.
With many of our Red Oak High School graduates among those brave men and women serving our country in the military, we join Red Oak ISD in saluting each of these and the thousands of brave men and women who have given their lives for our country. This month, we celebrate Veterans Day and bring you this closer look at the Veterans Day celebrations held across the district this month.
Veterans Day celebrations are nothing new to Red Oak ISD, as our teachers and administrators have continued to honor our veterans with Veterans Day assemblies and remembrance in many of our schools. Ms. Kistner and her staff at ROE have long held this assembly and tribute, which includes patriotic songs from students and honoring our local veterans. For several years at the old location, the students would walk to the Lions Club to honor our veterans by dropping a coin in the bucket in front of the Lions Club building. With the movement to the new facility, the students started a new tradition outside the doors of Red Oak Elementary on Friday, November 10th.
In a related story, Hawkeye News photojournalist Haley Mahone was sent on hand Saturday, November 11th as Red Oak Junior High 8th grader Aaron Rogers led an awesome flag retirement ceremony at the First United Methodist Church as his Eagle Scout project. Aaron is a member of Boy Scout Troop 652, who invited several members of military, police, fire department, city officials, veterans, fellow scouts, and citizens to the event. Aaron stated it was his desire to educate the community on how to properly dispose of an American flag. The ceremony was outstanding, and like the honor we wish to give to those brave men and women who so proudly serve our country this Veterans Day, we also send our thanks to Aaron for taking his time to show us all the proper way to dispose of old, worn American flags with honor and dignity. We ask that you keep our men and women in military service, as well as our nation's leaders, in your thoughts and prayers, and let them know, anytime you get the chance, how much we appreciate the job they are doing for us here and abroad to protect us each and every day.
Well, that about does it for our November show. Join us next month for our 5th Christmas anniversary celebration of Hawkeye News. We also want to remind you that we would really love to hear from you. So if you have news ideas, comments, or suggestions, you can write to us at hawkeyenews@redokeisd.org or give us a call at 469-437-6837.
And don't forget to check us out 24/7 at www.hawkeye-news.com if you missed any of our reports or need more information on the Hawkeye News team.
I'm Katie Stanglin.
And I'm Brandon Scott. Until next time, thanks for watching.
And make it a great day.